Hello, well here we are today in November, and we've just received the news that the High Court in England has more or less put the kibosh on the Brexit vote. Now some of you might remember that the day after the people of Britain won the Brexit referendum, I made a video, and I told you in that video that I did not believe this would happen, that they would resort to anything to stop this happening, even perhaps sparking a war with Russia. Well, they've done something much simpler. A load of very wealthy, high up people who look down upon the normal people of Britain as idiots and don't like the decision that the 17 million people made, have went to the High Court and more or less got 3 Blairite stoogey judges to come out in their favour and say, no, Parliament has got to debate Brexit. Unbelievable. I mean, the biggest ever mandate delivered in the democratic history of Britain was the Brexit referendum. And a couple of wealthy elitists go to court, more or less get it kiboshed. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But I did warn you, and I warned you many months ago. So, who took this case? It was taken to court by a woman who is a British citizen, but nowadays, who isn't? Half the bloody world's British citizens. She's born in Guyana, South America. And she's married to a guy who's known as Mr. Hedge Fund, who made 30 odd million quid a few years ago in hedge funds. I don't want to get into what hedge funds are, but you probably have a better reputation if you were a mugger, to be quite honest with you. So these people go and overturn the will of 17 plus million people in Britain. Do you know the last time this happened? It was in the 1640s, when a king surrounded by an exclusive elite decided he was not going to listen to the little people of Britain, the small people of Britain, the working people of Britain, and he would just dissolve Parliament and do his own thing. That led to the Civil War, which killed far more people in terms of the population then than the First and the Second World War put together. This is serious. This is your future, my future, the children's future being put at risk. Democracy is dead. This is now slipping into a soft, so-called soft dictatorship. And the only reason it's soft and not hard is because nobody's standing up to it. But believe me, I mean, I'm a guy who only a few years ago was under 2 years house arrest, thrown in jail for walking down a British street with a Union Jack. I kid you not. And I'm just off a suspended sentence for after my trial and whatnot. So this is happening, and it will become a hard dictatorship. The minute anybody stands up, you will be prosecuted, you will be thrown in jail, and if that doesn't work, you'll be killed. It's as simple as that. That's where we are now, folks. We're not in a time and place where democracy and law rules. This kind of stuff we've seen today rules. Let's look at these judges. Who are they? Well, they're all Blairite stooges for a start. But these judges are political activists. One of them is the founder of an organisation for EU legal integration. That's a fair and just person to make a decision on a Brexit, eh? Can you imagine it? He's the guy who started up an organisation to oversee EU legal integration, and he sits impartially on the judge's bench today and comes up with that, really. The other one of the other ones, is a paid judge who made millions and millions and millions of taxpayers' money from the public purse to advisors. Seriously. And another one, for what I see for the papers, and I don't know whether it's a euphemism or some kind of funny thing, I don't know. He's a well-revered gay fencer. I don't know what that means. If he's gay, fine. If he's a fencer, fine. But it seems rather bizarre. But anyway, these are the 3 Blairite stooges who have sat there, took the case of a woman from South America, and made a decision to basically snub the democratic wishes, the mandate, the biggest mandate Britain has ever put out, of over 17 million people to leave the EU. This is where we are, folks. And as I say, the day after Brexit, I made a video and I told you this would happen. I told you this would happen. And they will stop at nothing to make sure this doesn't go through. Because remember, Britain leaves the EU's finished. Europe will collapse. So, combined with the immigration problem we have, millions and millions of people flooding here from all over, no doubt including this woman who took the case to the court, and the tens of thousands of jihadis flooding into Europe and some of the atrocities we've seen with them. You know, we really are up against it now. We really are up against it. And now the mask is slipping and we're seeing that we no longer live in a democracy. We've been dictated to by a rich elite who live in some kind of suburban utopia and just look down their nose at any poor, uneducated people who would dare disagree with them. Of course, anybody who disagrees with them is uneducated in their opinion. But look, this is where we are. Our grandfathers, our great-grandfathers fought and died in world wars to ensure that we had the democratic process in this country. Can you believe this? And now these rich people go to court and overturn it. This woman says because she wants a debate in Parliament. We've had that debate. The debate was, should we have a referendum? Yes, we had the referendum, we've got the result. You cannot go and re-debate it. But look, this is where we are. Unless people are prepared to take a stand and say, we, the people of Britain, have voted, Brexit is going through, and we will defend Brexit even with our lives, nothing's going to happen. The typical British response, oh, right, I'll let to my MP. Oh, I'll go to a rally. Forget it. Do you think these people are the slightest worried about these things? No, you have to make a stand and you have to be prepared to do what it takes, to stand on the street and demonstrate peacefully, lawfully, but say, no, the people of Britain have spoken. We voted to leave the EU and we will leave the EU. To hell with the High Court, to hell with the politicians, and to hell with these rich elitists who think they know better than the people of Britain. People of Britain, it's time we stood up and said, this far and no further. Thank you.